Hello and welcome to Feral Thinkers podcast on streaming television with a cord cut. This is podcast number 7 for 9 July 2016. I missed a day this week, and one of the consequences is this delayed review of a wonderful and stunning third season premiere for Tyrant on FX. So tonight's program focuses exclusively on Tyrant. As I say at the end, man, that was a spectacular show. Somewhere in Southern California, over some TV screenplay writer's desk, there is a sign that says, "Thou shalt not be insipid." This rule gets followed a lot lately, and television has become comparable to any cinematic experience in a movie theater, yet coming at you not just for a 2-hour sitting, but weekly, 1 hour at a time, over 10 weeks, amounting to 10 hourly installments or 10 hours of non-insipid material. This might be related to the old quote that William S. Burroughs uses at the beginning of Naked Lunch: "Everything is true, nothing is forbidden." This is certainly the case at places like Game of Thrones and Tyrant, who had their wonderful premiere last night, which was full of excitement, the establishment of new season intrigues, and again, a lot like Game of Thrones, maybe a few unexpected deaths, as well as a few people who are alive that I thought were dead. Maybe I just have some sort of attention deficit or something, I don't know. But on top of all this, one of the amazing things is that Twitter actually allows an engagement of an audience with both itself and with the producers and actors, which creates just an amazing thing. I mean, right now I'm looking at an official tweet from Tyrant, who on Twitter is at TyrantFX, and the tweet asks, "Who else thinks Bassam is a natural in that chair?" And I have an answer for that, which won't fit in 140 characters. I need probably 280. If Bassam is as he appears, then yes, he is the perfect transition president, the perfect guy to establish a Truth and Reconciliation Committee, the perfect guy to establish first elections, and generally able to function as the leader of a caretaker government until Aberdeen gets its act together. So that's what I think. That's my first answer. But the second answer takes me back to a flashback in the first season where Jamal's father, well, the father of the brothers, is belittling Jamal because he will not take up a pistol and kill a man that they are holding prisoner on the roadside. Bassam gets tired of listening to the bickering. Consequently, he goes over, picks up the gun, and kills the guy with a body language attitude that says, "There, that takes care of that, now you can shut up." It's as if the prisoner on the roadside meant nothing. But what was important to Bassam was quelling the conflict within his family. And it is the nature of the Al-Fayed family to have all this infighting and these disagreements and to be tyrannical. So I think that episode in season 1 hints at another Bassam that might be dormant, but is also in optimum conditions for waking up. And that will be certainly an internal conflict in Bassam through the third season. If they're developing it that way, I would definitely think that's going to be an issue with whether or not Bassam has the focus to do the right thing, or if he is going to get corrupted by the absolute power on Aberdeen's Iron Throne. Speaking of Iron Throne, there is a kind of factotum who looks a lot like Lord Varys from Game of Thrones, or who might be functioning either like Lord Varys or like Littlefinger, but he witnessed Nusrat's hanging in her cell. I have to go back and figure this out. Unfortunately, Tyrant doesn't carry the mass and weight of Game of Thrones, so there are not like wiki boards all over the internet with information about who is who and detailed character information both from the TV show and the book. Basically, the only source out there that I have found on Tyrant is the IMDb, the Internet Movie Database page, which only lists cast and the barest, most naked plot summaries. All that said, man, it was a spectacular show. That's it for today's podcast. Thanks so much for listening. You can follow this program through my blog at dmasonwest.com, or you can follow along through any of my social network presences, which are listed at feralthinker.com. This podcast is published daily with a release at 4 p.m. Central U.S. time or 2100 hours Greenwich Mean Time. Thanks.